this video over the last couple of weeks, a little bit at a time. Here is part 1 of my Portsmouth Road to Glory series. There will be at least 2 parts of this series, but if you guys show love to the videos, if you're liking the videos, getting decent views and all that, I'll continue beyond 2 parts. So let's get into it here. We're making the manager here. I just kind of sped up the footage during this whole portion here because this isn't extremely important, obviously. Just putting in the hair, the beard, kind of making him look like a cooler version of myself, honestly. All these different shirt options is because I'm playing a modded version of FIFA, right? So that's where that comes from, and you'll see some other stuff. And there he is, Larson, the new manager of Portsmouth, currently in League 2, but the goal is, right, this is Road to Glory. The goal is to win a Champions League. Looking at the lineup here, and honestly, it's not bad for a League 2 side. I'm just kind of surveying the boys here. Back, he's my CDM. I'm moving him to the middle. Date him out of position. Dave him on the right. I bring in Curtis, whose natural position's on the left, and bring up Scarlett, who is on loan from Tottenham. And our goal is going to be to try and keep him on this squad for as long as possible. Hopefully be able to buy him at some point, because I think Scarlett has some fantastic developmental potential, especially if we can keep him around on this squad long term. He could be hopefully a career guy. We're checking the transfer up here. I have some of these wonder kids I found, trying to see if any of them would potentially fit our squad here, but honestly, being here in Portsmouth, we do not have a ton of money, and a lot of these players just simply do not want to relocate to League 2. They're playing at bigger clubs and bigger leagues, so because of our lack of money and our lack of prestige, it's time to hit the free agent market, and I'm surprised there's a lot of young, decent players here that are free agents. I found this guy here, Akram Afif, and he has all greens all across the board. I don't know why he was there as a free agent. Same with this guy, Hassan Al-Haydos. I'm looking at him and like, this guy, he's 31, he's a little bit older, but that's like the perfect veteran age to help a League 2 side. He can be there he probably won't be around by the time we get to the Champions League, but he can at least maybe get us up to the championship. This guy as well, Nestor Aureo. And since, this guy says he's worth $11 million, he's 4-star skill moves and weak foot. This guy's a little bit worse, he is older, like I said, but 76 overall for Afif, 72 overall for Al-Haydos. And these guys would all, instantly become starters in our squad, and we don't have to pay a transfer fee. So of course I bring, my goal now is to bring them into this Portsmouth squad. We want to blow the roof off League 2 and just get up to League 1 as quickly and easily as possible. We have a budget of $12 million, a wage budget of $242,000. This guy, it says he's going to cost around 20 grand. We're going to get him for 16,000. And with that wage budget, we get all 3 of those free agent targets. All 3 of them are now starters on this Portsmouth squad. An absolute coup being able to get those guys as free agents. Hassan Al-Haydos, Yahya Diatallah, and Akram Afif. Great prices on all of them. Look at that, some absolutely fantastic business. And we now have the first match of the season. Portsmouth versus Northampton. We're away at Northampton for opening match here, so we us. But if we can win here on the road, showcase these new talented players we brought into the squad, and see how they match with the veterans that have been here for a while. Just see what we have here. And look at the boys. They are poised. They are calm. They're ready to go. And that's what you love to see. That's what you absolutely love to see. The opening match against a team that's celebrating its anniversary, our goal here is to break these fans' hearts. As harsh as that is to say, Afif is ready to go. We have Scarlett starting instead of coming off the bench. And away we go. There's the opening kickoff and the opening. The start of our campaign is underway. Amazing tackle. Look at that. Up to Scarlett. He gets a little spinaroo to a wide open winger. And just barely got his hand on it there. And look at that. The gaffer is absolutely heated about that. Another great tackle. Oh my gosh, 2 great tackles in a row, and then the slide for 3 great tackles in a row. Look at that. This team is just full of mentality monsters, and it results in a goal. 3 tackles, and then just a great goal all alone out in front. Look at that. No one was stopping that there. Number 9. Boom, right past the keeper into the back of the net. And Colby Bishop in the 17th minute has the first goal of this campaign for Portsmouth. But a yellow there, look at that. Just a nice Brexit tackle there. That's all ball in my opinion. They might go for goal here. Let's see. They do, but Macy just completely wraps that thing up. We have a Afif streaking down the left side. Cross into the box. Doesn't get to his man. But Scarlett in. Oh my gosh, just all blown in front of the box. The ball was just in the air like a volleyball, just all over the place, and it just ends up. I think that might be, no, it's Lowry, not Bishop. Right on Lowry's foot, right in the penalty box. And that's 2 past the goalie now. Northampton down 2 goals in their anniversary campaign at home to start the season. And Scarlett, the youngster from Tottenham, he tries to get a little bit fancy with it there. He can't get anything going. 49th minute header. Oh my gosh, just takes the ball right off his foot. Pass to a wide open Scarlett, and he makes up for that mistake he made earlier. 3-0 Portsmouth away at Northampton. You can't ask for a better start, and honestly, Scarlett this is like an assist and a goal for him now. Look at this. Wide open, let the keeper come out of the goal, and then just right over into a wide open Scarlett. And, you don't miss those. There's no day of the week you miss those, and the gaffer is just so chuffed. Absolutely the most pleased he's ever been. What a great start to the campaign here. Northampton now coming along the right side. They're making a run here. Gets it passed right in front, and the defender just let him get right past him, and they get one back right there. I'm not sure that was in front of goal there, but you can see he just kind of moved off his man at the last minute and allowed him to sneak the ball right in there. Keep your eye on number 20 there. He should have had a foot on that. He should have got his body there, whatever, but that ends up being the final scoreline, 3-1 in favor of Portsmouth. Dane Scarlett, now 7-1 ends up being our final scoreline. Scarlett with 4 goals. So I didn't show a lot of those. I felt it not necessary, but now our next game here is against Stevenage. us. And, hopefully we can continue our red-hot momentum, a 7-1 win against Northampton. 4 goals for Scarlett in his debut with us. We're probably not going to get that kind of performance again, but, you don't know. At this level, maybe Northampton just isn't a great team. And what an amazing tackle there. We go, try to triple get past our man, but the skills are just not good enough, and he wins it right back. They're coming alone in front of net, and that was nearly a goal. That nearly was. Win the ball back there, coming into the 10th minute, streaking down the right side of the field. He's got a man coming down, Afif on the left, into Afif. Oh, one touch down to his foot and right into the back of the net. The free agent signing comes into League Two, comes into Portsmouth in his second game, gets the goal. Just completely unmarked there on the left side. Even gets time to let the ball go down to his foot, right into the back of the net. That's a great play there, great run from Afif. You can tell the keeper thought he was gonna go right, but then he played it left, kinda snuck it past him there, froze the keeper. Great move from Afif. The 12th minute goal. 16 minutes now, Stevenage streaking down wide open, and they just absolutely sky the ball right there, and you can tell he was not happy about that whatsoever. Stoppage time here in the first half, 2 extra minutes, and look at that, he sneaks the ball in behind, just a cheeky little pass to the middle, and just before the halftime whistle blows, Stevenage level the game. The defense just fell asleep there, to be honest. Look at that, boom. I'm not sure if that was an offside, but the keeper just out on his you-know-what. Ball goes right into the back of the net. Caden Jackson, 1-1 draw. Start of the second half. Gotta try and get one back here. This is our opening home match of the season. You don't want to lose your first home match, that's the fans. This is going to be the most hype the fans are all year, most likely. You gotta show out for them here, but they're really playing possession football here, passing the ball around a lot. And then a bad pass towards the middle. Ooh, that nearly got past the keeper. And they're playing some swarming defense. They win the ball back. They get wide open in front of net. And in the 60th minute, another goal right past our keeper. And we are down 1-2 at home. Our first home game of the season to Stevenage. 30 minutes left in the match. And we've got to get a goal at this point. We've got to at least equalize, if not get the win here. But that is not going to help us. That's a bad tackle, isn't it, in my mind? Sean Raggett, he gets the red. So that's 2 bad tackles in back-to-back matches again. In my mind, that's a clean Brexit tackle, but I think the referee had some other ideas there. 75th minute, we play the ball back out of goal, but it goes right to the opposing player's foot. And that is a 3rd goal for Stevenage. Hoban right there off of a bad pass that he intercepted. And right now Portsmouth is not looking good. Deep booted ball goes down to a wide open Jacobs and he misses the net. And at that point you just have to hang your head and be like, you cannot miss that one. You can't miss that one, but that is the final whistle, and Portsmouth loses their first home match of the season 1-3 So the super high highs in that first game against Northampton, blowing them out at home, just basically not even a contest, to now losing to Stevenage, who was a team that theoretically should be below us, and the gaffer, he's here after the match just basically saying wasn't good enough, need to figure out, and we might need to reinforce the squad, so that's what we're doing here. After a loss like that, it's time to call in some backup, and we found somebody on the open market, and that is a Ukrainian striker that we find, and I just came in here and I started listing everybody that was not good enough to get us to that next level. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna clean house at this point. We have too many bus riders, too many people just hanging on the coattails of this team, so we have a new striker now, and it's time for us to prove it against Crawley down, and there he is right there. We're zooming in on Afif, but he's just off to Afif's side there. Dalvik, the Ukrainian striker, and look at that, steal the ball, but it gets taken right back off us. Already, oh look at that, great, getting the ball back, coming in, and now we lose it again. But Dalvik coming down the side gets open, and he's just a big oaf. Nice pass, and it just barely sneaks in there. And who else but Scarlett with the opening goal. And look at the massive Ukrainian Dalvik in his debut, getting an assist to our young future star striker Scarlett. And the thing is, the keeper did get a hand on that ball. Look at that. That should have been stopped, but it just kind of rolled off his fingertips like a Magic Johnson layup right into the back of the net. Scarlett continues to be one of the best players on this squad. And look at that, he gets wide open into Afif. And Scarlett honestly probably should have just taken the shot there, because Afif goes wide left. He had a wide open net looking right there too, a yawning cage, as we like to say in hockey. Ooh. The mentality monsters show themselves again. Nice steal there. Scarlett goes for his second, but does not get it there. Still only one goal for Portsmouth with 30 minutes left. Now it's just before half. Going there, but we get dispossessed. And a long range chip. That is not one that the keeper can give up. That is a bad goal to concede. Look at Gladwin here, way out, 24 meters almost. Chip shot right into the top left corner. And the keeper just wasn't ready for it. And yeah, start of the second half, we have to respond to that, because we can't lose 2 in a row here, especially to bring in the reinforcements. Signing a big striker like that, we've got to, win on his debut. Just like we won on the debut of all those other big signings we brought in. But they're playing some really good passing possession football right now. They steal the pass right there, get past the defense, dribble, and I'm shocked that one didn't go in. That header should have been into the back of the net. Scarlett again being the setup man, he goes into Dalvik, and he almost gets that goal in his debut, but the keeper just gets a hand on it, bats it down, keeps it out. Crawley down trying to respond, they get the ball past the defense and into the back of the net at the 60th minute. Crawley down takes a 2-1 lead, 30 minutes left in the game. And Portsmouth, we're starting to get some flashbacks now. 69th minute, they go for the free kick, but Afif wins the ball off of a long header. Gets free, runs towards the goal, but he's slowing down, he's tired, and he can't get the ball past the keeper. 20 minutes left now. We're substituting in Bishop off the bench for Scarlett. He has 20 minutes of fresh legs to see if he can get a goal. Our other striker. We have 3 good strikers now. But the header does not go in. We get one more chance at the corner here. What happens here? Can't get the header yet again. Now they're coming in off the corner, and Afif wins the ball again. The second time he wins the ball out of a corner like that. The missed tackle there leaves him wide open coming down the field. He gets the ball to Dovbik, but Dovbik's exhausted, but his large frame and strength just lets him power through the defense, but he can't get the ball past the keeper. So time is running down. We only have about 12 minutes left in this match, and we at least need 1 goal, preferably 2. But our big striker up front is exhausted. Afif, the really lucky winning of the ball there into Dovbik. He runs towards the goal, and in his debut, Dovbik, the Ukrainian sniper, he gets the equalizing goal 2-2. But that's all it would be. But at least we eke out the draw, unlike the last match. Back-to-back losses, and we have aspirations to go up to the Champions League within 4 seasons. You can't have that, especially the League 2 level, if you can't, string together a bunch of wins at this level. You're not going to do it at the next level. But already the signing of Dovbik showing to be a good one, and one of the bums that's just been riding the bench, probably giving up 2 goals a game. We send him right out the door. He's not up to the level of quality that we're looking for here at Portsmouth. So Joe Morrill, he goes to Sheffield Wednesday for $650,000, and we are currently in 10th place with 7 points. A win today can put us potentially into the top 4. But we're going up against AFC Wimbledon, who has the best defense in the entire league, currently top of the entire table. So this is going to be a dangerous match for us. This is a must-win match for us here at AFC Wimbledon. If we can't win this one, we're not good enough to win the league, because they are currently the league leaders. Alheidos, he's making a run. That's kind of the first big run from him I can remember. Get a little bit of a tussle there and can't get the ball clean. Scarlett, he gets the ball up to Dovbik. Dovbik tries to get it back to Scarlett, but can't. Finally manages on the second attempt. Scarlett dribbles past his man and sneaks the ball into the left lower corner. And we score in the 18th minute here, away at AFC Wimbledon. Look at that. Look at that dribble. Boom. Some great moves from Scarlett there, and he's showing why he's going to be a future star, not only in this league, but in English football. And that he definitely is a guy that we need to work to buy out of his loan. But look at that, finally. A tackle going in our favor, or a guard going in our favor, rather, off a tackle. And Casey McAteer with the hard tackle on Afif. Oh, takes him down right there as he's streaking down the left side. And we have 70 minutes of 10 on 11 football, and that is great news for us against the league leaders. And we win the ball back right there, up to Dovbik. And Dovbik just gives us another one right there, just moments after the booking, immediately taking advantage of it. The Ukrainian giant with an AK-47 for a leg. Look at that. Boom. Right there. Opposite corner. And 80th minute now, just going into highlights. Dovbik again. But He's unselfish, makes the extra pass into Jacobs to give us an extra goal, 3-0, and that's a game. But all credit to Wimbledon, they held there for 50 minutes at 2-0, but then within another 10 minutes, 2 more goals. And that one was that Dale there. And you know what, just for added measure, in injury time, Dovbik, he finds his lane, powers past the defense, and he nets the brace for a 5th goal of the game. Just for the cherry on top, and Portsmouth has buried the league leaders with the best defense in League 2 under an avalanche of goals. And the AFC Wimbledon team gets booed off the pitch by their home crowd. And Larson is just so pleased with himself. He's just clapping. The lads are so happy. Look at Dovbik. And there's the table. Portsmouth up to 5th now. And, you know, a win could put them top of the table. So, gotta stay tuned for that. If you guys liked the video,